Welcome, beautiful people. Welcome to yet another video. I hope you guys are feeling good. I am glad to be back with another video, and today I'll be telling you what is going on in the football world. Of course, we have some teams that have been relegated as always, and we have some new entries in the Premier League, so I'll be telling you who those teams are. I hope you're excited and I hope you really do enjoy this content. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers. I hope you feel at home. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Feel free to tell me whatever content you want me to film for you. I'll definitely do it. I'm here to give you guys whatever content you like back to back. And for this summer, as I said in my previous video, it's hot, but so am I. I'm coming in hot with so much news. So if you're new, please consider subscribing and turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload the video. Thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate it, and let's jump right into it. So, in terms of the Premier League, I have to mention this. Now, in terms of the relegation, 3 squads have been relegated. Now, in terms of the 3 squads, we have Burnley, we have Watford, and we have Norwich, who will be relegated. Now, in terms of Norwich, we had one of our star players, Billy Gilmore. Now, it was not one of his best seasons. Of course, he faced a lot of backlash, and of course, some of the fans were telling him to go back to Chelsea. And I would gladly have Billy Gilmore back. I mean, throughout the 2020-2021 season, he was phenomenal. I don't know why he went on loan, probably for him to grow much better. And Norwich also were mentioning the fact that they don't want to be developing players for other teams. And I guess that's why they were relegated. I mean, why would you say that? I mean, teams are all about growing. We always have players going to different teams in terms of loans, so they can get more experience, they can get more play time in terms of how they play in the squad. Just take a look at Conor Gallagher, just take a look at Emerson. I mean, all those players have been doing greatly, and he should come back. He should come back. Of course, he faced injury and he was out for the better part of the season. Hopefully he's able to recover, but those are the teams that are being relegated. Which teams are coming back to the Premier League now? Of course, the ones that made so much noise over the past few hours in terms of social media was Nottingham Forest. Of course, Nottingham Forest has won the Champions League, so it's a very interesting team. It has been 30 years since Nottingham Forest has been in the Premier League, so it feels good for them to be back. And the other 2 teams that will be joining Nottingham Forest in terms of joining the Premier League include Fulham and Bournemouth, and congratulations to them. I can't wait to see what they bring to the table. I hope they'll be interesting. They will bring some more drama, they'll bring some more action, and of course some great game in terms of Premier League. So that is in terms of some Premier League news. Now, in terms of some Chelsea news, I'm sure that is why you are here, and I am here to deliver. Now, of course, Thomas Tuchel has mentioned that he's looking to have Emerson Palmieri back, so that he can be a great backup for Ben Chilwell. Now, I saw Emerson play. Of course, he was not getting a lot of play time when he was in Chelsea. I guess that's why he left and moved to Lyon. But he's coming back and he has no option. I feel like he mentioned he would have liked to stay in Lyon, but you have to come back. We'll be calling back our players who went out on loan, including Emerson and Conor Gallagher. So it will be nice to see what they bring to the table in terms of the midfield. Of course, the left wing back position with Ben Chilwell out for most part of the season. It will be nice to have a player backup. And it will be good to see what Emerson brings back. Of course, in Lyon, he was great. He performed really well. His stats have really gone up, so it will be nice to see what Emerson brings. Now, in terms of Achraf Hakimi, of course, during last summer, there was a lot of noise surrounding Hakimi. Now, Hakimi was linked to PSG and he was linked to Chelsea. It was looking as though he was leaning towards more of Chelsea, but towards the signing period, towards the end of the summer transfer period, he decided that, you know what, Chelsea is too big of a team for me. Chelsea are the champions of Europe and we're the champions. Sorry about that, but once champions, always champions. So he felt like there was a lot of pressure in terms of joining Chelsea, so he preferred to make the move in terms of joining PSG. I felt like that was the more comfortable position for him, and I feel like as much as Chelsea are interested in the player, are looking at the player, I don't think he's going to make a move. He has signed, of course, a contract with PSG, and the contract is still intact. I don't think this is happening, but this is just a rumor. Chelsea are on the lookout, and let's see what happens. Now, a very interesting story story, of course, there is a lot of drama that is surrounding Lukaku. Now, since the Lukaku interview about Inter Milan, everything has gone on a downward spiral for him and it has not been good. Now, the latest news surrounding Lukaku, I'll just read it out for you. It has been reported in terms of Romelu Lukaku that he has left the agency PNP Sport Management after feeling disappointment with the career advice and management of the agent Federico Pastolero. He will now be represented by a lawyer who is set to meet with Inter CEO Giuseppe Marotta next week. The report also mentioned that he is determined to return to Inter Milan this summer at any cost, including lowering his salary from 12 million euros to 9 million euros per season. Of course, in terms of Lukaku, in terms of all this drama that surrounds him, it's a bit negative and I'm not for it, but it just can't seem to go away. And this is, I feel, affecting him negatively. Now, I don't know why this is going on. Of course, in my previous video, I mentioned that he's even looking to go on loan back to Inter. Now, I don't know what's the deal with Inter. Maybe due to the fact that he was performing really well, the system was fixed around him to work for him, but players are about adapting. We are about adapting even in normal life. So I felt like, yes, he was our highest goal scorer. Was it his best season? No. But once he leaves, I feel like he will not even have the time to make up for all his mistakes. So how do I feel about this situation? It's just sad, to be honest. He's doing everything in his possible means to be able to make a move to Inter, and I don't know why. He was our highest goal scorer. He can leave, don't get me wrong. I am not for him staying. I don't see the move happening. I feel these are just rumors. He mentioned on his Instagram that he is not going to be letting anybody speak on his behalf and he will be doing the talking for himself. But with all the reports surrounding him, bruh, that's all I have to say, because I don't really understand where he's coming from. I feel like, yes, his season was not the best, but he was still our highest goal scorer. He still gave us a bit of results. Will he have done better? Absolutely yes. But with all this drama, I feel like it's not necessary. But this is what happens during the transfer rumors, during the transfer windows. A lot of reports will be circulating all over the place. It's just for him to confirm, and we'll wait for the confirmation from Lukaku. But that is in terms of Lukaku. Now, in terms of some transfer news, of course, I feel like that's why most of you guys are here. Welcome, by the way, if you're new, and click the subscribe button, like the video too. But in terms of some transfer news, now Ousmane Dembele, I mentioned in my previous videos that Thomas Tuchel has been a long-time admirer of the player. Of course, during his time in Borussia Dortmund, when he played with him, he had a great time with him. He really enjoyed how the player played. He molded him into a very good player. But the thing, I have an issue with Dembele. Dembele is very injury prone. Now, I went through his history through the 4 years, through the 4.5 years he has been in Camp Nou in Barcelona, and we're up for a challenge here. I don't know why Chelsea is really rooting for the player, is really going to sign the player. He's very injury prone. We don't need another player who will just come and be out for another 8 months. Another how many months, or he's coming week in, week out, he's not playing. Now, in terms of his injuries, I'll give you a summary. Over the past 4.5 years, this is what has been happening in terms of Dembele. Now, I'll be telling you the injuries and the game miss and the time period. So in terms of the injury, in terms of 2017, he had a hamstring injury and he missed 20 games. In terms of during the period of 2018, January between February, he missed 7 games with a torn muscle. He had an ankle injury where he missed 5 games during January and February of 2019. He had a torn muscle where he missed 4 games between March and April of 2019. He had a hamstring injury, missed 5 games August and September 2019. Muscular problems, he missed 1 game. He had a torn muscle bundle again. He missed 13 games between the period of November 2019 till February 2020. He had another hamstring injury. He missed 19 games, and then he had another hamstring injury where he missed 19 games between the period of February till August. He had another hamstring injury where he missed 5 games between December and January. So basically, he has a lot of injuries to sum it all up, but I feel like we don't need another injury-prone player. Yes, injuries are bound to happen. They are unavoidable. Sometimes there's nothing the player can do about it. But we have to look for players who, you know, are less injury prone, and I feel like Ousmane Dembele does not fit this profile when it comes to injuries. Now, will this be happening? Of course, if Thomas Tuchel will be pushing for it, it will probably happen, because Todd Boehly has mentioned he will be supporting Thomas Tuchel in terms of whatever he wants in terms of the transfer market. He's already placed down £200 million. Some people feel it's not too much, but we'll be offloading some players. 4 players are already offloaded, if I'm not wrong, including Rudiger, including Marcus Alonso, including Azpilicueta. Now, in terms of Aspi, it has been reported that Abramovich mentioned that if he's looking to leave, we should let him leave, and we will let him leave if he wants to leave. So in terms of Ousmane Dembele, will the move be happening? I'm 50-50 about it. If Thomas Tuchel will really go for it, then it will probably happen. But because of his injury, I will not look for him to be coming to Chelsea. But let's see what happens. Reports have also mentioned that he's looking to be one of the first signings of the Todd Boehly era. And I thought that would be Jules Koundé, because in terms of Jules Koundé, apparently some personal terms have already been agreed, and it's looking for him to just sign the contract. So it will be a competition between Dembele and Jules Koundé. But those are the reports. He's already in talks with Chelsea. He has given his okay to his agent in terms of talks with Chelsea. So let's see how that goes. But I am not for it. That's just how I feel. In terms of our centre forward position, now, of course, we have been linked with so many players. Lautaro Martinez, who's currently in Inter Milan. Now, he's a 24-year-old Argentinian who plays the centre forward position. Now, in terms of his injuries, he's not very injury prone, but I feel like I wouldn't want another Lukaku situation coming from Inter Milan and not being able to adapt in terms of the English Premier League football. Of course, we've seen there's a very huge difference in terms of the 2 games. In terms of goal contributions, he has a very, very high goal contribution. In terms of the appearances, I think it was 35 appearances he was able to make in the last season with 21 goals and 3 assists. He is currently valued at 70 million euros. Is it a surprise that can be negotiated by Marina? I absolutely hope so. Marina got all the books and she knows how to work her way in terms of negotiations. But let's see how this goes. That is in terms of Martinez. Will you guys be looking to sign a new centre forward? Of course, in terms of Timo, apparently rumors have been circulating that he wants to leave. Christian Pulisic is also looking to leave according to rumors. So if you're new, please consider subscribing and turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload the video. Thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate it.